Holy Thursday next. Oh my God.
This is video Robert Jarvis took last Friday as water started to rise outside the Tennessee plastics factory where he worked.
Within like 3 minutes, it went from here to about here.
Despite the threat of flooding, Jarvis says his manager initially told employees they could not leave. He says it wasn't until the plant lost power and the water kept rising they were finally told to go home.
What were the conditions like?
It was water was up about my waist, and everybody was in pure panic mode, not knowing what to do. We're looking for instructions on how to get out of here. We have no evacuation plan whatsoever.
6 of his co-workers are missing after a truck they were in tipped over in the raging floodwaters. 1 employee has been confirmed dead. Others say they survived for hours by clinging to these yellow spools manufactured at the factory until they were rescued, according to local reports.
Innocent people that shouldn't have died. I mean, these people were like my family. We worked together every day, and it was senseless.
In a statement, Impact Plastics said at no time were employees told that they would be fired if they left the facility.
The fact that the company has said that no one was told they couldn't leave.
That's a lie. That's a lie. They just left us to die.
5 days after the flooding, and family members of the missing were furious today, demanding answers about the search and asking whether they could even join the search themselves. But officials say it is far too dangerous, and tonight at least one major highway and several roads remain closed. Nora?
Manny Bajorquez with that powerful interview. Thank you, Manny.
We hear the helicopter. Here it comes. Somewhere right here. There it is, right there. Right there. Get you some of that. How freaking epic is that? Absolute devastation. Chimney Rock, North Carolina. Monday afternoon.
That power line right there. Watch. You see that car that went by? Yeah, that road is not accessible once you get way up there. That road goes way up on the mountain. And that gentleman that y'all seen me in the first video where we were dropping supplies off the other day, because I posted 2 videos of our supply drop. That tall guy that towered over me in that video, well, that gentleman also lives on this road. That gentleman gave me a fucking hug. It made me feel small because he's so damn tall, but he gave me a hug and he was in tears. He was crying, thanking us That man has driven his four-wheeler all around these fucking mountains to get to people that can't get out, to help them and bring them supplies. There are a shit ton of people at the top of this fucking road right here that still cannot get out. They cannot get out. They are stuck up there on the top of the mountain. Now, they do have shelter, so they're holding tight. And people are running them supplies and having them check in. It's a beautiful thing. It's painfully beautiful. It's bittersweet. But people don't fucking realize. And you want me to disrespect the fuck out of these victims by forcing them to get on camera just to appease whatever fucking thoughts you have in your head? No. If I can get into the major disaster zones before I leave here to get shit together to make my second run up here, I will. But I do not mind taking the time to listen to their stories, their testimony, and their experience. Why would I disrespect them and make a mockery out of them by putting it all on camera? Most of them don't want to be on fucking camera right now. Most of them just want a little bit of love, compassion, and fucking help. Y'all keep that in mind before you start making your senseless and selfish fucking demands.
Guys, I want you to look at this photo. This is just how bad the flooding and damage is in North Carolina. And tragically, this was the final photo that was taken of these people that you see in this left side picture. These were two grandparents along with their grandson before they were swept away and unfortunately killed just minutes before. This was the last photo that was ever taken of Mike and Nora Dry as they were sitting on the rooftop of their home in North Carolina as they were surrounded by raging floodwaters. And this was while they were waiting on rescuers to arrive. The picture was taken by their daughter, Megan, who lost both of her parents that I showed you in that picture a minute ago, and then her 7-year-old son pictured here, Micah. This is a picture of beautiful Megan, and she, like I said, took the picture of the rooftop and her parents and son up there. They had all climbed on the rooftop of their Asheville home as the house was slowly consumed by storm waters. Her parents were in their 70s. And they were just dressed in regular clothes in this picture, wearing coats, and they had a backpack and a couple of blankets to try and provide some comfort up there. Now, Megan's sister, which would be Mike and Nora's other daughter, said that the four of them were sitting on the rooftop watching 18-wheelers and cars just floating past them, literally, as they were waiting to be rescued. That daughter's name, who shared that on Facebook, is Jessica Dry. She said that in addition to watching that, part of the house that they were sitting on was literally across from them. It had come apart because of the waters and flooding. They reportedly called 911, but unfortunately they were not the only ones to be rescued, and there were calls before them. Jessica stated it was definitely a moment when faith was all they had. Now, the married couple in their 70s, Mike and Nora, like I mentioned earlier, along with their 7-year-old grandson, which was Micah. As I said, Micah was Megan's 7-year-old. They all ended up tragically drowning except for Megan. That was when the roof collapsed that they were sitting on. It eventually gave way due to no longer being able to withstand the force of the torrent. Jessica, the daughter that posted on Facebook, said she can't convey in words the sorrow, heartbreak, and devastation that they're all feeling and the pain that they're feeling. I can't even imagine. So Jessica, of course, lost her parents and her nephew, while Megan lost her parents as well and her son. Now, Megan actually did, as I mentioned, survive the collapsing of the roof. Reportedly, when the roof gave in, Megan became trapped in debris, and that was as her loved ones were swept away by the water. In this case, being pinned literally saved her life. She went to a hospital, and from what I know and hope, she is physically okay. But of course, she's suffering immense heartbreak because of the loss of her son and her parents. The family lost everything, and reportedly Mike and Nora and Micah have not been found. The last I heard, they had not been. So far, there have been 35 deaths reported in Asheville alone. But as of Monday afternoon, there was like a total of 120 that were reported, deaths in all of the Southeast. That would include both of the Carolinas and Georgia and Florida and possibly Alabama. I don't know if there were any deaths in Alabama. And hundreds are still missing. So this is completely devastating, and these pictures show that. My heart and prayers go out to all of the families who have lost loved ones. And to those who have not been found yet, I pray they're safe and they're found soon. If you have a particular story of somebody missing or a loved one you would like for me to post about and share about, please message me and I'll be glad to do that. For more content, don't forget to hit the follow button and to visit my website at www.truecrimewithmegan.com.